once you make a pledge to raise taxes, not raise taxes, to do what you were saying, you box yourself in. To let people know, to make a pledge so people will vote for you, or because you think you do it, is a big mistake that candidates make. Because once you make a pledge, you're boxed into that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to raise taxes or not raise taxes, or vote for it. Because once you get on the inside and you start learning what's really going on, maybe my opinion would change, but I can't do it.
I had to do something about it. And no labels. Howard Schultz had sent an email to me, and probably everybody else that had a Starbucks card. And I was very interested in the fact that no labels, because I have been saying that. You got to stop this. You can't have Democrats and Republicans and liberals and conservatives all bickering and fighting, trying to get reelected when there's so much work to be done.
Listen, here, is that like a bribe to everybody here that you get 5,000 signatures for Gary Johnson if they endorse you now rather than...
Sure, you can call it that. You can Let's get to some other questions on that.
Actually, I have some money. How much would it take to get you? I'm not bribing anybody.
Bruce, you have a question?
I have a question for both candidates in order. Your opponent is Steve Israel.
Yes.
Name one or two, if you must,
Atrocities.
from his voting record that you're going to attack.
Can I have extra time?
1, 2, or 3.
Well, you have HR 347, you have CISPA, you have NDAA.
Yes.
Explain.
Okay, well, I do go into detail in an article I wrote on my Facebook page, but the HR 347 is also known as the Anti-Occupy Wall Street bill. What it does is, if there's a Secret Service presence within 500 yards of any protest, every single protester at that arrest, no matter how peaceful, is subject to arrest.
And felony.
Now, keep in mind, Secret Service is not only the president. It could be when Michelle Obama takes a famous ice cream cone trip. Well, she tells everybody not to eat ice cream cones. It could be a Bilderberg meeting. It could be a UN meeting. And it could also be something where, okay, we have a problem with the Occupy people, or we have a problem with the Tea Party people. Send Michelle Obama to go get an ice cream cone 500 yards away, 499 yards away, and just arrest everybody.
Okay. A minute, Michael.
The loss of liberties is the biggest thing that I can talk about. And we just lost so much. Steve Israel voted with Nancy Pelosi, I think 99% of the time. And they're not getting anything done. My biggest problem with Steve Israel is nothing gets done. You know that they've submitted over 3,000 bills in Congress, in the 112th Congress, and less than 300 have even gone to the committee hearing. And that's a big problem, because we're not getting anything done.
Well, yeah, the bad ones get through.
Yeah, the bad
Just
ones.
name 3 bad ones.
Well, not many of them either. I mean, well, only the bad ones.
Yeah.
I don't know of any good one that has gotten through. Steve Israel, he's been there for, he'll be 14 years in Congress, voting this way. But he's got a war chest of $1.5 million before he even came in. You know, I don't have $1.5 million. I have to do it on a grassroots level. And in response to this lady's question about the bribe, it's not a bribe, it's that I was a Gary Johnson campaign, we're working together. They asked me, I didn't approach that.
Representation. And Ron Paul was also robbed of his primary ballot status at the Republican National Convention. And I think really the heart of our problems as a country come from something that cannot constitutionally be legislated, but that needs to be recognized and addressed otherwise. George Washington said, "Of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. In vain would that man claim the tribute of patriotism, who should labor to subvert these great pillars of human happiness, these firmest props of the duties of men and citizens. Let it simply be asked, where is the security for prosperity, for reputation, for life? If the sense of religious obligation deserts the oaths which are instruments of investigation in the courts of justice. And let us with caution indulge supposition that morality can be maintained without religion. Whatever may be conceded to the influence of refined education, reason, and experience, both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in exclusion of religious principle." And that's all I have to say for now.
Mr. McDermott? Good evening, everybody. Before I start speaking, if you don't mind, I want to go over and shut off my ringer, which sounds like we're in the Twilight Zone. I don't want anybody to think that's where we are.
I got it.
You got it.
Thank you, Alan. My campaign manager already took care of that.
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.